Today is going to be a good way and I can feel it. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Hi, a lot has changed. I have definitely changed a lot. This is the results of losing 300 pounds. This is the damage from losing 300 pounds. I started my weight loss journey, I believe, 6.5 years ago, and I made a video on here. You can go back and look if you want, but where I was to where I am now, I am so extremely proud. But I wanted to come and show you guys, this is the damage to your body when you lose weight. So I have really bad loose skin. As you can see, it's like proper. I got some wings here. It's quite gets in the way a lot. I will be honest, it gets in the way a lot, and I'm learning to live with it, but how do you learn to live with something like this? So, and then I've got like these on my sides, got like these big hunks of skin. It's quite, yeah. And I've got like, you know, my legs. My legs are so bad. Like, there's like massive hunks of skin that's like just, you know, sitting there. So I have to lug this around with me. It's like I literally have an extra bum attached to my leg. So yeah. Also down on my, you know, lower legs, I have, you know, the rolls still and like the loose skin, and yeah, it's quite, when I sit down, I literally sit there and then I have a puddle of skin around me from all like my extra. I did go and talk to my doctor about it, and I said, you know, it gets in the way. It's like embarrassing, it's annoying, it's like uncomfortable, because it's really uncomfortable. And they basically said that under Medicare and all that kind of stuff, which is free, they don't really cover things like that. So I am probably going to be stuck with this for a very long time. So I need to get used to it. I don't think you can ever get used to it, but I wear clothes that cover me from, you know, head to toe, even in summer. So yeah, this is my stomach that, I'll be honest, like, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. It's quite, I mean, it's quite bad, right? But I was 300 pounds heavier. I was 485 pounds, which is 220 kilos. So considering that I was that weight, you know, 6.5 years ago, and like this is all I got left, like, yeah, I'm still on my weight loss journey. I actually, to be honest, I haven't dieted for 6 months, and in that 6 months I haven't really exercised that much. Oh, a little bit, but like I haven't dieted. I haven't been trying, I guess, to lose weight. Oh, my stomach's all like, you gotta like put it in properly, because otherwise it's like, you know, feels uncomfortable. So I haven't really been trying to lose weight proactively for 6 months, because I needed a mental break. I cut my calories too much, I worked out too much, I tried too hard, and it just got in my head. I got put into hospital twice because I just was starving myself, because I think it got to about it was about the 100 kilo mark. I'm not sure what that is in pounds, but 200 and something pounds. And I just wanted it off, and I was like, this is, you know, I gotta get it off, and like it become an obsession. So I went to the station, and I lost heaps of weight at the station, and I got really sick there after 3 months. My iron was low, my B12 was low, and so I came home and I was like, you know what, I just got to stop, I've got to relax, I've got to eat what I want, I got to do what I want, get my head sorted before I get back on. But I decided 1st of May, my new diet starts, so you guys will be seeing updates from me because I have a lot of weight still to get off. Like I know I've got a lot of skin, but underneath the skin there's still a lot of fat that I can get rid of. So I'm gonna have to start working out again. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I need to I'm kind of like nervous about being here, showing you my body now, because it is, it's embarrassing and it's intimidating to show your flaws, your most deepest insecurities online for the world to see. But I think that for my journey, having those videos online and being able to look back at where I was and where I came from, it really helped me. So, and I'm hoping that maybe it can help others to see that, you can work hard and get to your goal if you continue and focus. And yeah, so what have I been doing? My life now is a little bit different. I try and get out as much as I can, but I'll be honest, I'm like a big baby. I didn't really live before I lost weight. I was, confined to a chair for many, many, many years, and my life revolved around that chair, that little circle, the little Brooke world, and I don't know. A lot of people, a lot of people online who are very big, you might notice, are quite immature, and I'm quite immature, and I believe the reason why is because when your little world is that, and the few times you might happen to go out, you don't really see anyone that much, you kind of, you're embarrassed, you don't really talk, you don't really get out, you're not interacting with the world, so you're not progressing with the world, I guess. So for me, I just never grew up. Like, my maturity is maybe at 20, 25, maybe if I'm lucky, because I never progressed with everyone else that was my age. I was stuck in my little world. I did play computer games. I love my World of Warcraft. I don't play it anymore, but I loved it. And I found that, well, I didn't fit in on World of Warcraft. I barely had any friends on World of Warcraft too, because I was 400 and something pounds, and I wasn't that typical e-girl. I didn't have my, little Photoshop pictures and my freaking, I didn't have all of that. I was, and I wasn't that good at the game. So, and I don't know about all of you guys, what you know about online and World of Warcraft in particular, but there is quite there's a lot of e-girls. There's a lot of regular people, but there's a lot of, the dynamic is, the e-girls and the e-boys, and, I didn't fit in that, so I kind of really didn't have that many friends, but, so, I don't know, my interaction online and in real life was kind of skewed. I didn't really have, I'm starting to sweat. I must be nervous or something, because I'm like, so my interaction with the world was skewed. I had this grey area of not really understanding what the world was like and all of that, and I guess that it made me not progress in life. And so yeah, now going out, doing regular things, like going to the pub or going out to an event or trying to meet people, I find it very hard to interact with people. I'm actually really, really shy. You would not think that I'm shy, but I find it very easy to, smile and talk and be bubbly, and it covers my shy, but I'm actually underneath it all, inside I'm that scared little girl being oh my God, what am I doing? I'm scared, but I can fake it. I can fake it so good. So like people don't really know. I've told people I'm shy and they're like, no, you're not. But I actually am really shy, but I know how to put on a brave face and be like, I'm good, I'm chill, So going out in the world is different, and I find it hard to make friends because I just don't really relate with people my age. I started dating again, which it has been interesting. First of all, the simple fact that I do not relate to people my age, for one. Like, people my age seem old to me. They seem like they've lived their life and they're getting on, they're starting to settle down, and I'm still like, I'm starting out right now. This is like the start of my life kind of thing, and being behind mentally, I guess, or socially, I just find it really hard to relate to people my age. So that part, my personality is, not the greatest. I'm just, how do you have a good personality when you sat in your chair for, years and years and years? You didn't, like, it's very hard to be the person that you are when the person you were anyway. So basically, I have the issue of, when you meet someone or you're talking to someone, you have to disclose, I have all of this loose skin and my body is this, I was that, and now I'm this. And a lot of people, they are grossed out by it. They are turned off by it because, for one, I believe that they're like, oh my God, they let themselves get to that point. That is obviously a turn off to a lot of people. And then also like the, loose skin, I understand it. Who wants to be with someone who has, all of this when you could be with someone who does not, why would you? So I get it. And the world is very superficial, and whether you like it or not, that's reality. The world is superficial. So I have had my ups and downs with dating. I guess it never really goes anywhere, I think, because I don't know, I don't think I'm completely at the point where I am ready to settle again or anything like that. I think that I'm just exploring the world, and so when I was looking at I guess what I like in a person and what I want in a partner, I think things that I realized was I'm the type of person that I need a motivator. I need to, I love adventures. I love thrill-seeking, adrenaline. I love, forward driving, fishing, camping, all of the adventures, traveling, but I won't go and do that myself. I need a motivator to be let's go do this, let's go do that, come on, let's go. And I'm the type of person, I'll be yeah, let's go, but I kind of need someone to be let's do this kind of thing. And I guess I'm scared that I'll end up making a bad judgment call, because my last relationship was such a bad judgment call. I'm scared that I will end up in the same situation of being trapped again, and I don't want to be trapped. So finding someone that accepts me for who I am and that motivates me and wants to progress in life with me, it's very difficult, and I don't think I'm gonna find it, but you never know, you just never know. So sometime I'll make some videos about my dating experiences. So yeah. What else has been going on? So yeah, the 1st of May I start my new diet and exercise program or whatever, and we'll see how that pans out, and hopefully it goes good. So yeah, I don't know, I guess I just want to show you guys that, it is possible to lose the weight. It is possible to, get a lot of it off. I'll be honest, like when I cover up from head to toe, but when I'm not covered up, my skin, it's just there, and I'm always like, you know, like, I don't know, like, it's so annoying. Like, I'll be in bed at night, okay? I'll roll over, and because I have this puddle of skin, sometimes my bum stays, my skin, my bum, my stomach, and I'll roll and it stays, and I feel like I'm gonna rip half my bum off or half my stomach off. Like, it is really annoying, and it's kind of like, when it's there, it's like, you know, I'm always like, oh my God, you know, and I was cook at the station, so like I'm reaching over the stove, and when you reach over, the hot plates are like, you know, right there. There was a few times I got myself on the hot plate because it's a lot of skin and it's a lot of extra. So I know though, when I lose more weight, it will shrink a little bit, I hope, but I do have my lipedema fat still, so I am not sure if I can actually lose it, or I'll have to get it sucked out or whatever. The like cellulite lumpy kind of stuff. I don't know if you can see it, but like it's basically like, I don't know, it's different to the regular fat, so I still have a lot of that, and I'm not sure what the future holds with that, but we will see. I'll have a good shot at getting rid of it. So yeah, so this is me now. I guess I see a lot body positivity things around, and I guess I thought about my journey and what drove me, and like I really have not been body positive. I've always been like, I hate my body, I hate myself, and you know what? I think that's what drove me so hard to change. That person that I was, I absolutely despised. I hated myself, and that person was not me. It was this, it just wasn't me, and like that person suffered, you know, like I was in pain 24/7. I didn't even have to move and I was in pain. You know, at one point I could not lift my own leg on my own. My weight was so heavy in my leg, I could not physically lift my own leg. Like things like that, you know, like looking back, I despise that person, and I think that drove me to where I am. And a lot of people are like, you have to love yourself for what you are and all this, and I understand that, and I think that yes, you do need to love yourself and that, but I think you need to love yourself enough to change and to lose weight. And I see a lot of body positivity, you know, things going through the internet now, and you see really big women being like, oh my God, I'm so sexy, look at me, and they've got their little poses on you know, their Instagrams and whatever, and everyone's like, oh my God, it's so positive, you're so, you know, you're beautiful, you've got beautiful curves, and you know, but these people, they are way too big to be healthy. And I don't care what anyone says, it's not health at all sizes. You can be healthier at a large size. You might not have any underlying medical issues at a large size, but it's just not healthy. Your heart, your lungs, your organs, they can't maintain a really big body for a long period of time. It's just reality. You look at all the fat old people, the really fat old people. How many fat old people do you know? Like, I don't know very many. I know some that are, you know, a little bit big, but really fat old people. There is no such thing as really fat old people. Not really, because they all die. You can't sustain that amount of weight for that long. And I think that it's good that people love themselves at all sizes, but I think you need to be able to love yourself enough to change and to get healthier. And I guess I'm a weight loss advocate now. I don't agree with the health at all sizes and the you know, oh, big is sexy, look at me kind of thing. I don't think big is sexy. Like I really don't. Like I find it, when I look at larger people, I pity them because I know what it's like, and I'm like, oh my God, like, you poor thing. And I know that a lot of people are like, you know what, this is me. I accept me, I'm happy with me, this is me. And they're quite happy living their life like that. But there's a point where you are too big, and there's a lot of people who are too big who are living their life and they're just not doing anything about it. And I wonder why. Is it because they don't love themselves enough? Is it that they don't have the willpower to change? Is it that it's too hard to change? Like, what is the underlying issue of why you are lugging around that extra weight? And let me tell you, like, I am far from where I want to be, but the changes I feel being able to actually do everything that everyone else can do, feels so good. Like, I can't even explain how good it feels. Like, the things that I wanted to do, all the things that I wanted to do when I was trapped in my chair, and now I'm like doing them, and I'm like, wow, I can do this. And I don't know, like, I guess I see now that I could do it, so I encourage other people to try. And I think weight loss is the hardest thing that you'll ever do mentally. It is pure hell. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how awful that it's like. Okay, so if you're addicted to drugs, you can just cut the drugs out, right? You know, like, and that go cold turkey. With food, you can't just go cold turkey. You need to still eat to live. So you're like consuming the drug or the addiction or the bad habits still because you have to live. So it's, I don't know, you have this temptation constantly. And like, let me tell you, when you're a big person and you're hungry and your body's like, oh, I need it, you're like, it's emotional. Like, I can remember crying hundreds, not just 10 or 20, hundreds of times over food, being so hungry that I just wanted it, and I wanted it now, and I was going to give up, and I was like, I need this or I'm going to die. And I literally felt in that moment that I needed that food so badly, or I was going to actually die if I didn't have it. And like, this is something that I know other people feel like. It's just this this thing that's like this monster that's inside you that's like making you like, and it's awful. Like, the mental trauma, because it's trauma, and the trying and a lot of the time failing and not giving up is so hard, because a lot of the time, you know, you do fail and you don't lose the weight that week, or you don't, you know, get to where you want to be, or that's not fast enough, or like, and it's like the mental roller coaster that you're like up and down constantly. You know, your lows are so very low and your highs are high, but your lows are just, and you're more on the lows than the highs. But I think as time goes on, the highs get higher and the lows, they're still there. Like, you know, everyone has the lows, but it gets easier to deal with. And I can tell you, at least the first 4 years, I suffered, like, oh my God, I was a mess. And I just, mentally, I destroyed myself inside out. Like, but I wanted to lose weight so bad because I wanted to live, and I'm not quite where I want to be, and I've got all of this that I've got to deal with now, but I'm alive and I'm going to keep living now. You know, I would have died if I stayed where I was. I would most likely be dead by now, or I'd be on my way to dying. I was bedbound, and when you're like that, you deteriorate a lot faster than if you can move and stuff. And you know, your organs can only go for so long when you're carrying that much weight. And the reality is, I was going to die, and now I'm actually living and I feel good. And even though I have to cover my body from head to toe, even in summer, and I'm gonna have to, you know, strap my arms and strap my legs and stuff eventually when I lose more. Because at the moment, you know, if I wear tight-fitting clothes, you can't quite see how bad it is. I mean, you can kinda, but not really. So I'm gonna have to do all these things eventually, but you know, I'm alive and I'm gonna get my life completely back, and it was worth it. Like, you know what? It was worth it. And anyone who's trying to lose weight, like, it is so hard, like, and you just need to really keep trying and not give up. And like, I'm gonna actually, when I start my diet again, I'm gonna, you know, give you some tips about what I did and what I do. I will not give you diet advice because this is my advice. Go to your doctor. Your doctor knows best, and everyone's body's different. I can't give you diet advice. I can't tell you to do this or do that, and because what I eat is not a great diet. Like, sometimes I'll eat, you know, my diet is nothing, no superstar diet, and like, I could never give anyone like diet advice in that way. I have my ways of exercising and my body gets moving, I get my heart rate up, but I'm not a personal trainer. I cannot give you the advice that your doctor can give you and stuff like that. But I will say this, okay? This is one thing I will say. You can go to any amount of doctors. You can go to eating disorder clinics. You can go to psychologists. You could go to physiotherapists, you know, have personal trainers. But this is the thing, they can't help you. They can give you advice and stuff like that, but you're the only one who can help yourself, and you need to do that. No one else can do it for you. Going to these expensive clinics or these, you know, whatever, they are not going to solve your weight issue. They will, you know, they can give you advice and guide you, but you're the one that's got to put in the work. You are the only person who can change, and I think that people need to take accountability for themselves. It is you, no one else, you that needs to change, and you are the one that needs to do it, and you need to find the willpower to do it. So yeah, I think that this is enough for a video, and if you're new here, thank you so much for coming, and I hope you subscribe and come back. And for the people who have been here for a long time, you guys are great, and thank you so much for supporting me all this way, and I appreciate it. And I am sorry that I rambled so much. I went from nit around in my conversations, but I had a lot to say, and I don't know if I even said it all, but I'm going to post regularly, so you're going to get a lot of my opinions, and, you know, like, there are things that people might not agree with, how I feel and think, but this is how I feel and how I think, and I believe that everyone should have an opinion and, you know, and be okay with your opinion. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and yeah, see you guys.